Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music. Mike and Marty on the feed. Mike and Marty. Mike and Marty.
Good morning, Rockingham, and welcome to the feed. Hi, Marty.
Hello.
It's July 21st, 2021. Here we are in Bellows Falls, Vermont, the latter part of the second half of summer.
I know, and summer's flying by.
I know. It's been fantastic, though. I can't, it's been great. Anyway, local events.
Rain,
You don't think
with all
it's
the
been
rain?
great? I sort of, last night was like, with all that thunder and lightning, I love thunder and lightning. That was just
I mean, I don't mind
amazing.
thunder and lightning, but the rainy days are getting a little,
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah, well, so it goes.
So it goes. Feast your family.
Local events. What's
Local
happening?
events. Well, I think actually Deb's going to be talking to us about
Okay.
a lot of local events. Deb Collier is our guest today from Greater Falls Regional Chamber of Commerce. But I think you have there's
I
something.
have two things. I have tonight at Main Street Arts, free, is the Vermont Suitcase Company is doing a performance of Robin Hood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it should be really good. And let's see, Smoke and Bowls is doing food. So the Smoke and Bowls is starting with the food at 5, and then the performance is at 6. So you can head out to Main Street Arts and see the Vermont Suitcase Company.
Nice.
And then the second thing I've been asked to talk about is Dr. Lepman, who is head of the, it's not the historical, it's the Meeting House Society.
Right.
On Old Home Days weekend, the original Old Home Days was about a pilgrimage to the Meeting House.
Correct.
And now we sort of got that all messed
Now
around.
it's about fireworks, and
now we have
and the
fireworks.
pilgrimage gets lost.
But anyway, there still is a pilgrimage. They don't actually march out there anymore, but they're going to have an event, and it's going to be a man's coming in named Howard Coffin, and he's going to talk about a Civil War general, General Grant, who everyone knows, right? But it's a different General.
I was
Grant.
just going to say,
Yeah,
it can't be the same one.
It's the General Grant from Bellows Falls.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there was actually a General Lewis Addison Grant who was born in Townsend, went to school in Chester, and then practiced law in Bellows Falls, Vermont, and then was commissioned in the Union Army to be a head. He started off as a major or something like that, and then eventually was a general. Fought at Gettysburg and won the Congressional Medal of Honor,
Oh,
believe
wow.
it or not. And so anyway, this person is coming on August 31st. They're going to be at the Meeting House.
August 1st, you mean?
August 1st. Sorry, I get my 31st and first messed up. Anyway, but August 1st at the Meeting House, they're going to have food and drink, and then he's going to talk, and it should be fun. It's always an interesting time.
I think the Meeting House pilgrimages are always interesting events. They have good speakers. And
Yeah. But you have to be into history. You have to
be into
in this
history, which is
thing.
not my forte.
All right. But anyway, today we have Deb, and she's going to talk to us about the other side of, the lighter side of Old Home Days.
Literally the lighter side
The
of
lighter
Old Home Days, the fireworks. And
Yes. Deb, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
We are good. What's happening down? I remember probably 2 or 3 months ago that Old Home Days wasn't going on. What happened?
Well, actually the town really wanted, the municipality really wanted Old Home Days as a sort of reawakening of events in our area. So they were pretty insistent that we, as a chamber, do our Old Home Days. So we are toning it down. There are not going to be a lot of, or any really, kid events. And we're going to have music, and the fire station is going to do a demonstration, and a couple of bands. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot different than what people expect, but the fireworks are happening, so that's a good thing.
Well, I think hiding your light under a basket, as they say. You've done an amazing job. I mean, to go from nothing to putting on an event for the whole town in a month is pretty amazing. I think you should be proud of yourself. From what I hear, some of the events are sort of kid friendly. Like you're doing the Blue Skies project, right? With the talking about disaster preparedness, and there's going to be like is it a scavenger hunt, or I know little bits and pieces. You'll have to fill us in.
Well, the scavenger hunt is put on primarily by BIFTA, the Bells Falls Downtown Development Alliance. And I don't really have the details on that. So I'm not a good resource on that because I was trying to deal with all of my all of my things that are happening with the Waypoint Center, where the Rockingham Old Home Days is going to be during the day on July 31st.
And
so I did hear something about a scavenger hunt. I believe it's starting in the square somewhere. I could be wrong on that, so don't hold me responsible for that information. And the Blue Skies project is a great thing. It's for preparedness. We're going to have a table here, and I hope you're going to put on a demonstration for that as well, so that we all are prepared for events like the flood of Irene, hurricane that affected our area so adversely. And yeah, I think that's important. So that's a good addition to Old Home Days, I think.
So are all the events, I just want to clarify for people, are all of the events happening at the Waypoint Center, the ones that you're sponsoring, are all happening down there?
Yes. We are having the 5K first thing in the morning. Well, 8 o'clock it starts. Actually, some Bellows Falls Rotary members that are runners are helping me put that on because I'm not a runner. So that's starting in the morning. And then the day actually is going to be more of an afternoon, evening. The food trucks won't arrive until, well, they kept telling me they're going to arrive early. We're not going to really start the music and stuff. Well, let's put it this way. I was originally going to start the music at 5, and then everybody kept saying, well, the food truck said they're coming earlier than that, and then karaoke is going to start probably around 3. So everyone's sort of taking over.
Yeah, it's sort of
That's
creepy,
okay.
huh? There's a little bit of mission creep there where it's actually getting a little bit bigger than you originally thought. Well, that's cool.
Yes, because it turns into a long day for me.
I'll bet. Yeah. It's probably been, I imagine it's several long days strung together for you, just to make it all work.
Who are you having for food trucks, for food vendors? Do you have confirmations?
I have a few confirmations. Hopefully they all show up. Jamaican Jules. RJ's is coming down from Bombazine. RJ's Fried Food. I didn't know he was still doing it, but he came walking in one day and told me, asked me if I was doing Old Home Days, and I said yes, and he said he wanted to be in on it. I said, wonderful.
That's great.
Yeah. I think Athens is going to be Athens Pizza. I'm waiting to hear back on the Kirby's Barbecue. They already had events planned. A lot of people, they were already at different events that day, but they might be able to come that night, so to fill in.
Yes.
And like Smoking Bowl, she's already booked. So our lateness in starting this is kind of impacting some of the people we're having, but an ice cream vendor wanted to come, and a coffee maker wanted to come, so.
Nice.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
Like you said, it's you started off late, so you have to take what you can get, and it sounds like you're really getting quite a bit. Yeah.
Well, and we have a fried dough guy, and hopefully the Kona Ice is coming again. So it'll be nice to try different things.
That's good.
Try different foods if you haven't before, so.
Who are you having for bands or music?
Well, we're having karaoke from the Moose.
I'm signing Mike up for the first.
I was saying.
The
we're
first
starting-
hour.
All right.
Yeah, Mike's
Wow,
gonna sing for the
that's
first
great.
hour. Alex,
Get
I
the
think, is
feed
gonna do the
there.
second hour.
So you can
Colin's
have
coming.
footage
Colin coming in
for
too.
future shows.
Colin's going to do his heavy metal set.
We're having a Little Big Band. They were at the train station the other day for the arrival of Amtrak. And we're having the Road Trash Band.
Huh.
Nice.
So is Road Trash playing last or?
Yes.
Ah. And they're going to play.
Karaoke will probably fill in between, so.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That sounds great. Sounds like a good lineup.
It does sound like a good lineup. I mean, I think what people need to realize is that planning any kind of event this year is hard because
Yeah.
you didn't know till the last minute what the regulations were going to be
Right.
lifted. You're under a time crunch. They still have to proceed with a bit of an abundance of caution. I mean, even though restrictions are lifted, you still
Yeah.
you have to be kind of mindful. So, people need to realize that it maybe isn't going to be what they remember as Old Home Days, but it's better than no Old Home Days.
Yes, that's true.
It sounds like you've got a good variety of vendors coming. You have a variety of bands. You have some interactive stuff, karaoke for sure. I bet
Yeah.
that actually is this the first year you've done karaoke?
We
Have you
did
done
it the
it?
last time we had Old Home Days.
Okay,
The Moose did it for us, but
nice.
we just had it for a short time. Now we're hoping to have it, longer, and they'll fill in the times between the band when there's no music. And it was really seemed like people really were interested in it, the last time. So that's why
Well, good.
we really pursued that.
Yeah.
People have probably been home honing their karaoke skills.
I hope
I think that's where Mike's coming from. That's
That's
what
why
he's
you
been
haven't
doing.
seen me on the street lately.
He's been honing his karaoke skills.
But like you say, we usually start planning for Old Home Days in January at the beginning of the year, and since the protocols weren't lifted until, what was it?
Almost July.
June there.
Yeah.
And then my board still didn't want it. We were just so concerned, especially about unvaccinated folks, and especially the children. That's why we're not having all the touch activities like the bounce house and face painting, and I don't know. We had hula hoops and games out there and everything. We just didn't feel safe offering those events. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to think about that. I mean, we sort of, Vermont seems to be one of the safest states in the country, but still,
It's out there.
They're talking about a fourth wave now and all these things, and I think you're really playing it well. That you're trying to offer something, but trying to be safe about it is really a good strategy right now. It's not a settled time yet. It's
No,
not
it
like we
isn't.
know what's going to happen.
We're not
I know.
100% back to normal. It feels
No.
it here. We're very insulated in Vermont, but you go other places and cases are popping up again, and so it's smart. So the Bring It Home 5K is probably, you guys are going to be the first in-person 5K in the area.
I think
Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
We're
So those are some
far-
bragging rights right there.
I'm sorry.
Those are some bragging rights right there.
I know. We don't have a lot of members signed up because I'm probably not the best promoter for 5K since I don't run them. But Matt Guild is helping host it, so he's quite the running expert, so that's good.
Yeah. Marty and I have done this in the
exciting.
past, and we found that people don't typically sign up ahead of time.
No, they
It's
don't.
usually the day of, and then you'll get a boatload of people. If it's
well, I
not
hope so.
raining, you'll
Yeah.
get just an amazing number of people.
Weather
But
dependent
it's like
and-
no one signs up ahead because of that, because they're like, well, I'm not going to sign up now and then have it rain and not run. And so
Yeah.
So, but I think you'll do well.
And the route is the route obviously begins and ends at the Waypoint Center, And
Yes.
is it the route that you used? I think prior to COVID, that's the route you'd used. You started out of the Waypoint Center, went up around the north end of town, and kind of looped. Was it a dual loop, or was it just one long loop, or was it 2 times around?
I think it's one long route.
Okay.
I can't say that.
Yeah. It's just that's good for people to know, because some people don't like the double loop.
Yeah.
Because you get through and you're like, oh my God, I got to do this again. So
And
the
it's not somewhere, it's a very flat route, so it's easy for folks of all
Oh, that's good.
levels, running levels or walking levels. So.
And registration starts at 7 a.m. and the race starts at 8 a.m. It's $15 per person. And if you're 5 or under, you can run or walk for free.
Yeah.
And we have opened it up to any organization that wants to get a group of 10 or more. Their registration fee drops to $10 per person.
Oh, nice.
So,
Oh, that's
Nice.
good. That's a good deal.
That's good.
and we do have prizes. I'm not going to reveal what they are.
Oh, that's the most important
That's the
part.
most important thing.
Will there be prizes?
Will there be prizes?
That was
There are prizes,
good.
primarily because I don't have them yet. Okay, that's the honest truth.
It's a work in progress. We get it. It's a work in progress.
Deb, you have until 8 o'clock. You don't have to have a prize. Actually, you probably don't. You
You probably have till
9,
8:45, maybe 8:30.
Oh, don't tell me that.
You have to 8:30.
I'm historically late. So.
You have to 8:30 that day. You're good. Good to go.
Well, you also organized the event this Monday with the train coming up. That was really something. That was well done. Thank you.
Well, be honest, I wasn't involved in all of that planning because I told them I was knee deep in Rockingham
okay.
all the
Yeah.
home days, but I was involved in a little bit of it. Actually, BIFTA and the town primarily, they're the ones who really pulled it together, and then had some outside sources, just people that just love trains, like Deb Fox and Peter Bergstrom. He's the one who sent the email out to get us all going in the first place. So I would say kudos to him because he's the one that really made it happen.
Well, we took a little clip and we wanted to show it. I know you spoke, but I didn't get you speaking. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We have a little clip we're going to show right now, and then we'll come back.
train. And I'm so pleased. Yes, thank you for clapping. Great, that's why we're here. And it's an amazing crowd of people. I love pulling up and seeing how many people turned out for the train. So trains and railroads have really been the soundtrack of my life. And when I was growing up, I remember one of the first songs I learned from my parents, who tortured me by being the entertainment at my elementary school as the folk singers who showed up at every. I see Michelle nodding. Were you that for your family? Okay. So I remember my parents showing up and singing, freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast.
So you guys are taking the train to New York?
Yeah.
Yes.
What made you decide today was the day?
We saw actually that today was the first day that the train was running.
Yeah.
And we were just visiting my mom up here, and so we needed to get home somehow.
Great. Where do you live?
We live in New York City.
Yeah, like Brooklyn or right in Manhattan?
We
or...
live in Washington Heights.
Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So we're gonna go into.
Were you in the movie?
The movie?
Wasn't there just the Heights?
In the
movie?
Heights. They did actually. They filmed that like right outside our apartment.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
in our
Well,
neighborhood,
good.
Yeah.
And that was it, huh?
And I see that the train was carrying local dignitaries
it
as well.
was the VIP
The VIP, Chris and Tom Miller.
Gold Pass. First trip up. They had to have Chris on. Yeah. It was, and then they were so cute walking away with, you know.
That's a great ending shot.
Yeah, I was
That's a
just
great
loved
shot.
them. All right.
That's the train though, you know.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Nice.
And Deb, thank you for. We have about a
2
minute
minutes.
left, maybe 2 minutes
2
left.
minutes.
Do you want to give us some contact information and things like that that people might use to get more information on Old Home Days?
Well, they can, oh, there you go. You got it
Ah.
right there. You did it for me.
We get some
We are
things
so
right.
good.
Yeah, that's basically it. I'm here, I'm in and out, so.
So it's Saturday, July 31st, and it starts about 3. Is that a good?
I think so. That looks
About
like
3?
it's starting around 3.
That's the target date. Okay, target time.
Target time,
It's a
yeah.
loose target. It's a moving target, and then
It
the
is,
fireworks
yeah.
start usually around 10, right? Or well,
9:30.
they call
Brent
it
only
dusk.
says
but
9:30.
9:30. Okay,
Brent says 9:30. He's
Okay.
the
great.
fireworks master, so.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for being on this week, and I hope that you'll have a great Old Home Days. And everybody
Thank
should,
you.
If you see Deb, congratulate her on putting this together in such a short
Exactly.
time. And thank you again. And that's it for the
Thank
feed
you.
this week. We'll see you. That's it, Bellows
you next
Falls.
week.
Bye.
Bye, community.
Bye now.
Local news, politics, business, sports, arts, music.